I had an absolutely amazing idea to start this video. I was going to introduce mice around the devlog world because they're new. I was going to be like, look, we have some mob cookers. Yeah, don't pay attention to that. We have the wall of armor. So happy we've got mice here. We has the Zorz. We have all of his bikes. And we have the cheese man. And then I was going to do this whole joke where it's like, okay, the cheese man isn't actually the cheese man. It's Shadow Moon, but we call him the cheese man and that. And then I was going to turn back. He was just going to be gone. But then I was just going to turn back and see mice. And yeah, I literally added an edible version of the belt just for this joke. And then Minecraft was like, no, you can't log in with your real account onto the dev world, even though you've logged in with your real account on the dev world in the past. It just wouldn't let me do it. Nah. So welcome back to this absolutely amazing devlog. Now, this is going to be one of those devlogs where we've worked on a lot of things. We've improved a lot of things. But I kind of feel like it's like more of the same, unfortunately. But I've got to admit, we've got some really cool things. And I guess we need to start with the mouse in the room. So this is Kamen Rider Mice. This year's Kamen Rider. They were revealed at the weekend. And yes, they're already in the mod. Now, they're not obtainable. They're not complete. We kind of had to guess the back. I mean, I think they're meant to have a tail, but we didn't add a tail because it was like, we just need to see more images before we definitively say yes. But I wanted to get something in from mice. Still I don't know how this. I don't know how the name works. I think it's one of those situations like Fies, where it's like the series is called 555, but the rider's called Fies, or like Double, where the series is W, but the rider's actually Double. I think this series is Myth, but the rider is actually Mice. So you pronounce the Myth like mice. I have no idea what's going on, but either way, I made the original texture for this within a matter of hours of the reveal, and then Andrew came in and touched up and added the items and that. So thank you, Andrew. Yeah, it's very appreciated. But we've got another rider. It's so nice when we can actually start something like this. Now, there are 2 more riders that were revealed. We're not going to add them until we actually see more of the series. As I said, we kind of had to guess some of the elements on the back of this rider. So I don't think there's really any point on adding the other 2 until we at least know a bit more of what's going on. So at least for now, we has mice. You know, I find it really funny. We've ended up 2 years in a row with kind of like the slanted belt thing. You know, we went like, what, 50-something years without a single one, and then we had 2 in a row. Talking about Zeds, I am now less than 140 subscribers away from my 7,000 goal. If you haven't been keeping up, when I hit 7k, I'm going to do an absolutely massive Zeds update. It's getting scarily close. I'm a bit scared now. But if you want to see that update, please do consider hitting like and subscribing. Moving on. Last time round, I showed off the fact that I was starting kind of like the henching kind of animation, even though I don't really want to use those words, but actually somewhat setting up henching stuff. I mean, in the past we had like the wizard circle or the ghost damashi. I still love that. But I kind of like now combining in things like the poses as well as a few little extra things. I kind of got thinking, what would happen if I set a blank form? A form that's 100% blank. A form that just doesn't render the armor. And then I use that form delay thing I mentioned last time so that it goes from a form with no armor to a form with armor. Because I was kind of hoping something like this would happen. That's so cool. I forgot I added the wind. Yes, we now kind of have Henshin animations. It's not quite the place I want it to be yet, but we are slowly taking steps, and you've got to admit, that looks awesome. I also worked out how to render extra models onto the player, meaning we got that wind effect. That is so cool. Now, I do want to improve things a bit further, but I don't admit, that is an absolutely amazing place to start. But seeing as we're talking about double, I might as well talk about the forms I've updated. We have Cyclone Joker Extreme. And it still has the thing from before, where if you fall over a certain distance, you get Gold Extreme. But if you didn't know, there is the item to do it as well. Now, if you look, we have the cape. And if you fly, the wings actually go out. I think that looks amazing. But it is treated the same way as a cape when it's in its cape mode. Oh, that's so cool. We also, of course, had to have the repaint in Cyclone Axle Extreme. I love it when we can add kind of the weirder, obscure kind of riders. I posted an image of this the other day and somebody was like, I forgot that even existed. And that's what I love about this mod. We could be like, look at this. And then a lot of people are like, oh my god, that's new. But a lot of the kind of older fans that already knew about it just get reminded that it exists and they're like, oh yeah, that exists. And I love that. I love that bit of the mod. I also updated some of the Lost Driver users. We have Kamen Rider Joker. It was an easy repaint, might as well. Kamen Rider Cyclone. He appeared in a game, I believe, as well as he's had a few figures over the years. We also have Skull with his hat. I'm spotting 2 pixels there on the hat that needs to be fixed. I thought I fixed that. Fix it! As well as we have the Crystal Skull. Don't know if you can tell, but with this, I've actually kind of done like the outer layer as transparent with a layer inside. So it is actually kind of transparent and crystal, and I think this looks so cool. And of course, the whole head glows. Probably also should have showed Gold Extreme at night as well. This looks awesome. Probably don't need to show this, but I kind of want to. Yeah, I added the whole blank form thing to O's as well. So yes, you can actually now do proper combo changes. I love this. It was such a simple way of doing it, but I think it works so well. Hey, shoot. And seeing as we're over here, let's talk about some of the Kiva stuff. So we got an updated form and a new form, kind of. Yeah, I'll explain it in a sec. But first things first. Previously, I showed you the fact that L has updated Ark. Well, now L has updated Ark Legend. It's so funny, the fact that we actually got that working. Just go to the moon and the form will change. But we also got a new thing, and this was only recently discovered, or at least we only recently discovered it. And this is a second version of Kamen Rider Kivala. Yeah, there's 2 versions of Kivala. And this version has a slightly different way the head's painted. The gem on the chest is missing and the belt is different. Yes, this I believe is referred to as true Kivala, where the normal Kivala is a modified version of Kivala. If you watch the kind of trailer at the end of Kamen Rider Decade, you see this version of Kivala, not the actual normal version of Kivala. Now, I believe there was things kind of released and revealed kind of thing that this was how Kivala was meant to look. I don't know if they changed it in production or if that was like an early prototype version of Kivala or that, but it definitely is a different version of Kivala. And we figured, why not? I mean, we add weird and stupid things all the time, so yeah, we added that version of Kivala. Let me know, do you know any other weird versions of riders like this? Because I I like it when we could do stuff like this. And next we need to talk about Garen, because Blittles told me that Garen's been updated and I haven't looked at this yet. So this is going to be kind of like my first interaction kind of with it. And I can already see, I'm pretty sure the shoulders have changed. Okay, so I think I've grabbed everything we need. So Henshin. And yes, I'm pretty sure the shoulders have changed on this. So we have Jack form. I don't remember the Rouse Exorber looking like that. That's cool. I'm guessing, yes, it's got the wings. And then we go into King form. This looks pretty similar to what I remember. And I think there's the SIC version of the King form. With wings! They're actually functional like the cape. That's so cool. Yep. This is cool. I like this. Wow, look at that. The wings are just making riders disappear. Yeah, we have no idea how transparency works in Minecraft. I don't think even Mojang knows how transparency works in Minecraft. And the last things that I want to show off today is Ghost. As slowly Andrew's been getting all the legend forms done. Now, we all promised to help Andrew, and I think Axos helped with the O's one. I don't know if anyone actually helped with the rest of them, so Andrew's done a really good job of getting all of these done. So let's... Henshin. Oh, that still looks so cool. So we have Showa 45. I don't think it was this one that I showed off previously. That's so cool. Yes, as I believe it was the Kamen Rider 45, Ichigo side, which we showed off previously. And yes, these two look different. That's so cool. I don't care what anyone says. That's cool. But we have Kuga, Agito, Ryuki, Thighs, Blade, Hibiki, Kabuto. I almost said, Andrew, what's going on with his eye? And then I realised it's the icon being held in the hand from the pose. Den-O. Yeah. Kiva. Decade. Double. Ghost. Yeah, this is clearly Ghost. Now, O's, which, as I said, I believe Axos did this one. Then Forze. Uchakita. Wizard. Game. Drive. Ghost. Yes, Ghost has a ghost icon. Don't ask me why this thing exists, but Ghost has a legend form based on Ghost. So dumb. I love it. X-Aid? I haven't actually seen this yet. Yay! Does this... This has the Bugster effect. Ah, cool. And they say 45, and I just realised that Damashi happens. I'm going to have to remove that in the code, aren't I? Because I don't think that's meant to happen. But I believe that's now every ghost form updated and in. Because I don't think Igor really needs much. Because I think Igor's the only thing left. If you can think of anything new for Ghost that we've not had, feel free to suggest it. Actually, I can't remember if I showed off Zero Ghost from last time. Either way, Zero Ghost has been done. So I think that's everyone. So is there anything we are missing from Kamen Rider Ghost that you want to see? I know there's a few Igor forms we don't have, but I think we've got everything. So let me know. And I think I'm going to end this here because I think the temperature is starting to get to me. And I want to turn my fan on, but I'm not turning my fan on whilst I'm recording because it'll mess up my mic. So either way, goodbye. And hit like if you haven't. I would very much appreciate it.